Chicago's public school budget deadline is today. Right now, the school board is meeting to talk about this contentious plan. We want to check in with Sabrina Franza. She's been following this and has a breakdown. What's the latest, Sabrina?
Hi, Marie. Today is the last day that Chicago's public school board can actually discuss and debate in public what the budget is going to be for the next fiscal year here at CPS. The budget currently is set to expire tomorrow, so they really are up to the wire here in terms of when they can get this done. That meeting has just started just about 40 minutes ago. They've sworn in another member to the Board of Education, but they have yet to get to the actual debate of the budget at hand. But moments before that meeting began, contentious debate outside of the offices here at CPS HQ. Take a listen. We heard from both sides. SEIU joined with organization Kids First Chicago in support of interim CEO Dr. Macaline King's plan. Take a listen.
We are asking to send a clear message. Put our children over politics. So today, we're calling on the board to adopt this budget without borrowing, without paying the city's bill, and to make our children and our classrooms our priority.
Our schools have experienced decades of disinvestment and cuts, and we just cannot afford more. Let me tell you, every year since I've been at Belmont-Cragin, we have received preliminary budgets from CPS that fail to allocate enough money for special education positions.
So you heard there was the back and forth debate between members of the Chicago Teachers Union and those who do not support the bill as it stands, and folks who do support the bill as it stands, the budget here. King's $10.25 billion spending plan. It calls for cuts to meal prep staff, crossing guards, janitorial workers, and central office staffers, leaving most of the classroom jobs untouched. And it calls for the cuts. Here's why. We'll go through the numbers here. The proposed budget, that over $10 billion budget, has to make up for a $734 million budget shortfall. That does not take out a $200 million loan, which is supported by Mayor Brandon Johnson and the Chicago Teachers Union, a loan which would help bridge that gap, but would also help pay for pensions for employees of CPS. Right now, they're also asking for a $379 million surplus in TIF surplus, which is about $79 million more than they got last year. That has to be approved by members from the Chicago City Council, who did send a letter, the majority of members in council, in support of this budget. As it stands, we spoke to one of them, Alderman Gilbert Villegas, earlier today.
The mayor has been he calls himself the collaborator in chief, and I can tell you that on certain issues, he's brought unique coalitions together to collaborate on pushing back on some of the things that he's proposing.
So this loan is really the number one issue of this back and forth that we've been hearing for really over the past year. If you remember, former CPS CEO Pedro Martinez found himself at the center of that debate, and it led to, in part, his ousting a few months ago. Now, the interim CEO taking the same stance that he did, as well as the majority of members on City Council that sent that letter. So what remains to be seen is exactly what the members of the Board of Education will decide today. For Never Live outside CPS HQ, Sabrina Franza, CBS News, Chicago. Marie?
Thank you for that update, Sabrina.